Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. I am the Mighty Plantain, and we have got something a little unexpected today. This is Pabst's American Pale Ale. Now, made by Pabst Brewing Company, same company that gives us the really shitty lager that all you hipster douchebags decide to drink ironically. Now, you're not drinking it ironically, you're drinking it because you're a broke ass college student and you think you're cool. Just drink the cheap other shit like Bud Light, Miller Lite, Coors Light. Just give up and do it. I mean, come on. You're not any cooler for drinking Pabst. It's garbage beer, and that's exactly what it's intended for. You buy a bunch of it cheap, and you drink it. Don't be ashamed. Don't try to excuse it. Just be honest. I've been there. I've done it. Used to drink Bud Light and Miller Lite. Anyway, enough of that. Pabst is known for crappy lagers. So it's surprising that they're working on an American Pale Ale. Maybe they're trying to improve the brand. They did partner with Small Town Brewing. I say partner, which means they bought a controlling interest in Small Town Brewing in order to start getting Not Your Father's Root Beer and their other products out to market, because Small Town could not meet demands. So they, quote-unquote, partnered with Pabst for distribution, which means we sold a controlling interest in our brewery in order to get our product into more markets. And hey, you guys got a great product, you developed it, and then you sold out. You cashed in and made some decent money. Hey, I am not going to begrudge you that. You deserve it. But, well, that friggin' spin on it. Look, it's no longer craft brewing because you sold out to a big beer company. Let's just admit it. It's like Red Hook partnering with Budweiser for distribution. No, you sold a 51% controlling interest in your company to get the distribution network. But admit it, they control the company. They pretty much own it now. Alright, anyway. I said I was going to stop bitching about that stuff, and now I am. But let it be a lesson to you and an eye-opener. It is actually a very interesting golden color. It's got a lot more character already, visually, than Pabst Blue Ribbon Lager does. Golden, orange. Very clear, though. Not cloudy at all. A little effervescent, some bubbles coming up from below. Now, an APA, an American Pale Ale, I would expect it to have that hoppiness that you get from an IPA. That is what an APA is. Basically an IPA using only American hops. There's a slightly sulfurous odor to it, and maybe just a hint of hoppy bitterness. Very light mouthfeel. Light, just light, not very light, just light. It's got a little bit of substance to it. It's Pabst with a slight hint of hoppiness in the finish. Very slight. Ugh, pardon. I'm looking back at the label. I'm hoping there's going to be more information on this, but there really isn't. It doesn't give me ABV. It doesn't give me IBUs. It does not give me any information. Pabst Brewing Company. It doesn't tell me anything about the beer. I kind of wish it would, because honestly, it's not an American Pale Ale. I'm sorry, but maybe in terms of how it's brewed, you can call it that, but there is I think there's a very, very slight hint of hoppy bitterness in the finish. Honestly, I'm getting more hoppiness when I burp it up in my mouth than when I'm actually drinking the beer, which is wrong. It's basically Pabst with a little bit of hops thrown in. Maybe they dry hopped it, I don't know. It's got a bit of sweetness to it. It's not horrible or undrinkable. It's not good, and it's not something that should be considered an APA because it's not hoppy enough. You can barely detect the hops in this. Oh, pardon. I mean, honestly, Miller Lite's got more of a hoppy taste to it. Sorry, Pabst. Go back to the drawing board. This is not an American Pale Ale. This is Pabst with some hops. Rating, 1 out of 5. Honestly, I probably would have given it a 2, but you're misrepresenting this stuff as an APA. 1 out of 5. But that's just what I have to say about it. Folks, hit me up down below in the comments, an email link. I'd like to know what you have to say about this beer. It is a beer. It's just not an APA as far as I'm concerned. While you're down there, make sure to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, thanks for tuning in to watch me drink some beer water. Cheers. Alright, so just recently did the Pabst American Pale Ale. I'm going to follow that up right now. And I'm going to do another American Pale Ale. Now, this is from One Eye Open Brewing Company out of Portland, Maine. And it says here, this is Friday Night Pints, an American Pale Ale. Now, this is also in a can, and also labeled as an APA. It's 5.5% ABV, so it's got a little more information on there than the Pabst. What I'm doing now is I'm going to follow up that review immediately with something that I suspect is going to be a lot closer to an actual APA. It's definitely got some pop behind it. That can was nice and full. Now, this might sound negative, but it sounds like a soda pouring it out. It's quite effervescent. It's got that... I can't make the noise, but maybe the microphone picked it up. But it does have a fizzy sound pouring out that's similar to a soda, more so than a beer. But it's obviously a beer. I can smell citrus and pine from here. Already, we're one step ahead of that Pabst garbage because we've got hop aromas coming off of this. Now, it's quite cloudy, and there are some particulates in there. There's some flecks floating around. It's not quite chunky, but there are some particles. Now, I have learned to get over this, but I have not been a fan of cloudy or chunky or particulate-laden beers for a long time now. Just visually, they're not 100% appealing to me. I don't like the idea of that. And I think it harkens back to the old Orbit's water, which was this awful, awful syrupy, sweet fruit juice water drink that had gelatin beads in it. Ugh, God, it was awful. So it's more of a texture thing. I have yet to come across a particulate-laden beer that has actually stuck to the inside of my mouth or had chunks that I've had to chew or anything like that. So I think it's just a visual thing for me, and I'm learning to get over it. The last few particulate-laden beers I've had have been really good. I think I'm rambling at this point, but bottom line, whether you can see it or not, there are particulates in there. There are flecks, which make me think this was an unfiltered APA. And they're kind of settling at different levels in the glass too, so we'll see how that plays out. I'm sorry, it's visually off-putting to me, and I don't like it. So I'm talking and rambling so I don't have to drink this because I don't like the looks of it. Again, I've learned to get over that because I've realized that it's not that big of a deal. There's that citrus and pine. Again, the two hop notes that I'm keyed into more than anything else are citrus and pine, so I'm going to pick up on those primarily. There's something else, though. The citrus and pine, there's something more subtle. It's somewhat floral, but that's not all it is. There's something else there. Can't quite put my finger on it, but citrus and pine with a hint of floral, which is impressive because I don't usually pick up on floral and earthy notes. Citrus and pine tend to be overwhelming for me, but then there's this unidentified aroma I can't quite put a name to. Got a nice medium mouthfeel. Very piney up front. And here's the interesting thing. I'm not picking up on any of the citrus that I was getting in the aroma. I'm getting piney notes followed by really earthy notes, really dank earthy notes. The flecks aren't even coming into play. Again, it's something that I rambled on about being visually off-putting to me, but in terms of flavor, and there's no texture change in the beer. It's just a nice, smooth, medium mouthfeel beer. And so if you were drinking it out of the can and you didn't see those, you wouldn't even notice it at all. Yep, nice medium-bodied mouthfeel. Pine, a little bit of earthiness. And a nice dank earthiness. It's got some character to it. Nothing that's making me stand out. Nothing that's standing out for me and making me go wow. But a really nice, solid American Pale Ale. It's got some decent body to it. A couple of different hop notes. Ooh, pardon. But nothing really crazy. I would definitely drink it again. Oh, there's some citrus notes in the burps. Well, that's interesting, yeah. I'm definitely getting citrus in the burps, but not when I taste the beer. I'm getting the piney and earthy notes. Anyway, I'm going to hit this with a solid 3.5 out of 5. Now, bear in mind, on a scale of 1 to 5, 2.5 is average. So 3.5 is pretty decently above average. It's just not crazy or outstanding for me. It's just a really nice, solid APA offering from a local Maine brewery. And, you know, again, it's not outstanding, but it's good. Way above average. 3.5 out of 5. It's a good beer. You should check it out. When you're done checking it out, hit me up down in the comments and the email link down below. Let me know what you have to say about this one. I'm actually interested to see what else One Eye Open has available because I haven't noticed them at any of the local brew fests. Granted, I tend to hit the ones in Bangor, which are north of Mid-State, and Portland south of Mid-State. So sometimes the Portland breweries don't quite make their way up here. But yeah, I'm interested to see what else they have to offer. While you're down there, hit me up in the comments, the email link. Make sure to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, folks, keep one eye open. Stay away from that Pabst shit. Cheers.